It's a major step to tackle pollution. The Delhi government has announced a crackdown on old vehicles starting the 1st of July. As part of the new measures, petrol cars over 15 years old and diesel cars over 10 years old will be impounded. To enforce this, traffic and transport teams will be deployed across the city with enhanced surveillance at fuel pumps. Automated number plate recognition cameras will also be installed at 382 petrol stations, allowing the authorities to closely monitor vehicles. In fact, in addition, cameras will also be active at 3 key interstate bus terminals to ensure compliance with the new rules. These actions are part of Delhi's ongoing effort to curb air pollution and improve the city's air quality. My colleague Kritika is joining us on the broadcast with the details. Kritika, this is part of the big crackdown that is taking place, but it is also going to be using technology to crack down on these vehicles that should not ply on the Delhi roads. What are the details of how the government is going to tackle this?
Well, absolutely. In fact, this policy has been a long time in the making. Earlier, it was supposed to hit the roads starting from 1st of April itself. But after a delay, what we are now learning is that almost 500 petrol stations in Delhi have installed what is called as the automatic number plate reader cameras. Now, these cameras, 2 of them from the petrol stations that we have inspected in the mornings, they have 2 such cameras installed. One is towards the fueling counter and the other at the pollution under control certification counter. Now, these cameras scan the number plate and correlate the data with the Vahan database. And if any vehicle is found to be old, which is 10 years for diesel vehicles and 15 years for petrol, then an automatic alert is sent to the transport department as well as to the enforcement agencies as well. We've seen a similar mode of tracking such vehicles even at the traffic lights at highways and expressways as well. And now these cameras are also being installed at almost all of the Delhi fueling stations. Now, what this will help in identifying these older vehicles that are plying. Remember, already there is a law in Delhi wherein these end-of-life vehicles cannot ply on these roads. But what the CAQM, the Central Pollution Control Body, has found out that in order to sort of play with this rule, a lot of people register their cars outside of Delhi, which enable them to run their older vehicles on these roads as well. Now, such cars will also be impounded under the end-of-life vehicles laws as well, with the help of these automatic number plate reader cameras that have been installed across fueling stations. We also spoke to a lot of people this morning. Some of them are definitely in support of this move. They say that even though they have to sell off their older vehicles, which they might not have run as much as what is expected from a car that has been around on the roads for 15 years, they still say that even though we have to sell these vehicles at a loss, it is still coming at the benefit of curbing at least some pollution, which can be a great step in reducing pollution as far as Delhi is concerned. Because remember, oftentimes on Times Now as well, we've discussed the perilous effects of the high AQI that the city records. Now, starting from November 1st, this law will also apply to other NCR cities as well in order to take a more airshed approach to this problem.
Okay, all right. Kritika, thank you for joining us with all those details. It's a big move that is being taken up by the Delhi government. And remember, tackling air pollution was at the heart of the promise that was made by the BJP while coming to power as well. A lot of criticism that the previous government had received as well. There are a lot of measures that have been put in place to tackle the air pollution. And now, in fact, fuel stations in Delhi will also be equipped with a system to detect the age of these vehicles. And there have been many installations that have been made already. So the overage vehicles will no longer be fueled. The Delhi government will also be cracking down on the old vehicles starting the 1st of July, with petrol cars that are over 15 years old and diesel cars that are 10 years old will be impounded. That's the decision that has come in from the Delhi government to ensure that these older vehicles that add to the air pollution cannot be on the roads. Big step towards ensuring cleaner air.
I just repeat the question, Ekbari. So, from starting 1st July in Delhi specifically for the first time, and in other cities as well in NCR later, old cars, whether it is petrol and diesel, 10 to 15 years older than that, will be refused fueling at these stations cameras लगेंगे to track an automatic number plate. What do you make of this decision as far as curbing pollution is concerned?
This is not a decision in favor of environment. Decision to condemn the car should be based on how much it has run, what is its condition, not the age of the car. For making a car, so much environment loss, so much resources, not only the private person, these are resources of the country. It belongs to country. You are wasting your hard-earned and resources which can be used for years. Most of the cars are purchased only for status symbol. These are not run. If you see in Delhi, 80% of cars are run 40 to 50,000 in 15 years, while their average age running life is 3 lakh, 4 lakh kilometers. So we are waiting 80% of our resources.
Absolutely. So do you think then this decision is not very thought out? Something else should have been done in order to curb pollution, because AQI is also a big problem that Delhi faces.
If you see, vehicular pollution in Delhi is only 5 to 10%. Car pollution is...
Now we have more breaking